Don't worry, I didn't. I think. I was tempted to, but I chose not to. Because I'm nice. Anyway. I'm just checking the levels for everything for a bit of chill. Yeah, Alex, I can always make another picture if you want. You know, I'm very happy to chill out and just keep making random pictures. I am just changing everything about. Anyway, for anyone joining who is curious as to why there's a big empty space above my head, it's because Alex is still feeling a little bit ill at the moment, which is fair enough. So I'm just going to do a solo one. Plus, there is a reason. See, recently, the Drukhari Codex got leaked, supposedly. But it's quite a full leak, so it's kind of hard to, you know, ignore it. And for those who haven't been following Warhammer 10th Edition, the Drukhari Codex is the last codex. Probably. There's a chance there might be another one, but it's very unlikely. For now. And I just noticed that the chat box isn't here. That's fun. Why is it not? Where's it gone? Well, it is there. It's just not working now. C'est la vie. What are you going to do? But yeah, it's not just going to be a lore dump. We're going to chill out, talk about stuff, have a good time. I'm going to play Drukhari in the only campaign they turned up in this, which was for Soulstorm. However, Soulstorm does have a tendency to crash in this game, or at least it did initially. They may have patched it. I don't know. It didn't! Yay! So we're just going to go normal, because I don't want to freak out.
Storm at the Kaurava System's outer edge that first caught the attention of the Imperium, and not just the Imperium.
This only Slaanesh can love. Slaanesh loves all faces. Except those guys, they're fucked.
After hundreds of years under the neglectful watch of the Imperial Guard,
Bit harsh to the guard, but okay.
The galaxy would descend upon the planet of Kaurava, bent only on domination and victory.
Three
races had long dwelled in there. The Imperial Guard, its supposed rulers. The Orc tribes of Kaurava II, which the Guard had never successfully put down.
That's because you can't.
And the Necron.
But you can't put the Orcs down, they're everywhere.
For untold millennia beneath Kaurava III, where the Chaos Marines came from, or how.
I'm not going to dwell on the fact that there's a gap above my camera and the bard.
Or did they bring the warp storm?
You've got to have capes. Didn't help those guys, because they didn't have capes. If they had capes, they'd be fine.
And in an eye blink, half the system's Imperial forces were gone. Killed or claimed by the madness of chaos.
It's not so much a madness as very reasonable.
The Space Marines, the Imperium's super soldiers, descended on Kaurava II, planning to finally cleanse the system, both of the troublesome Orcs and the Chaos Marines, the sworn mortal enemies.
Alright, buddy. He's very yelly.
The Tau appeared next, not far above, on one of the planet's moons. In the interests of protecting its ordered empire from the effects of human folly, the Tau came seeking to contain the warp storm, and in so doing, expand their territory's border. On their moon, they built a mighty fortress, and there forged a space cannon capable of interplanetary devastation.
Why?
Among the wastes of
I mean, why not use that more? It's just having a gun that you don't use.
By the disruptive forces of the warp storm.
Ah, the spines. That hurts me.
In quick response, webway gates, long unused, flickered to life.
There's always an Elder. They always find their way. There is no stopping them.
Meanwhile, in the shadow
Whoop,
of
whoop.
the ancient portal gate,
That was a horrible whoop whoop. What was that? Whoop
slipped
whoop.
stealthily out of the
Whoop.
murky depths of the webway. They would be like carrion birds, flying above the battlefield, and when all were
Yeah,
weary
but my
from the
helmet is a
fight,
face,
make
so
the
yeah.
battlefield into a feasting
Meh.
ground.
Edgy the hedgy, given Warhammer form.
Perhaps most to be feared were the Sisters of Battle, holy maidens and bearers of the God Emperor's faith.
And
They had come to
Cape,
cleanse
Chaos of
the
Power
system
Prevention
of
Exoskeleton.
hope
They're
and
good capes!
their faith
Meanwhile, the
left
Sisters of
them
Battle have capes and
practical,
flamethrowers.
unafraid of
I've
death
never
and
actually used the Sisters of Battle in this game, weirdly.
Nothing here
Which is odd, because
was
I like,
clean.
they have
All
overdone
must
her
burn.
chest in that. That is
Now,
hefty.
war rages anew, and only the victorious may write their history. Only the victorious will claim the planets of Kaurava.
I don't know how long they had to take to come up with the name Kauravat. Right, I am going to fix one thing because it is annoying me. Just going to put that there. Give me un momento, por favor. Have a quick look at the Sisters of Battle. What, for your own personal gooning material, or what? No judgments. Sorry, everyone, just give me 1 second. I'm just... weird. There we go. Got it working. There's chat. So it doesn't look like I'm madly talking to myself like a sociopath. Right, you want to quickly look at the Sisters of Battle. There you go. She is pointy. Might be cold. Anyway, I mean, if you like the vague 2D, but we're going with this dude. Weirdly, that is not a weapon the Drukhari can use. Like, that's a power claw. I don't know why he has that. But that is a shit-eating grin right there. It is Soulstorm Eevee, yes. As I was just saying, because the Drukhari Codex leaked, Soulstorm is the only one you can play the Drukhari in. But this is Soulstorm in Definitive Edition. So it's slightly better looking, I guess. Although, fun fact, the Drukhari in this game are not great. Now, where am I? Is a good question. I'm down... somewhere. Markipan wore it better. Well, that's true, but no judgments. Let's see, who do we want to invade? We can invade the Elder for a bit of fun. We're up there. Okay, we're up here. Well, I think Chaos is...
To the single-player campaign of Dawn of War.
Yeah.
This province is the icon of these arrows.
Oh, shut up. Let's see, what does that give it? Well, it's the only place I can really easily get to. So we're going to do that! But anyway. So, yeah, the Drukhari Codex. Weirdly, the problem is, Drukhari for the longest time, when they first launched in 10th edition, they weren't great. They launched with a detachment called Real Space Raiders, which didn't really work as well as it should have done. Which actually led to Games Workshop releasing them with a detachment called Sky Splinter Detachment, which was considerably better. So the way it works is Drukhari get pain tokens because they're little sweat goblins who live off pain, as you can imagine. And you need a set number of points. Alright, what have I got? So, alright, my little buddy. Hall Blood, Cabal Fortress. I've already got a Cabal Fortress, so we want a little Hall Blood. Oh god, I forgot those are what mandrakes are. Yeah. Yeah, this was when all the mandrakes were, weird. It's a bit of a... Okay, that's all going, and I need you to just stand there and look pretty, and I'm going to summon the biker gang to come do what biker gangs do. Yeah, mandrakes went through a big change. They kind of look weird in this, as you can kind of imagine. So one weird thing with this that I don't like is for some reason it auto-sets to moving with the arrow keys, which I kind of hate, because it's just awkward. Eva, stop. That's very cruel. Alright. Yeah, edgy bastards. Go capture that. Right. So, Badoo. And then, yeah, we want a couple of warrior squads, and we want that. So, yeah. They get pain points, which allows them to basically do some stuff when you give it to them. The best way to get them is you essentially give them to... Oh, wow, there's only 6 in a warrior squad. Jesus. You can tell I've never really done these guys. So it's a lot of sort of plasma generator. That's the one that goes on the thing. Tower of Loathing. The odd thing is, the Drukhari aren't great in this, but the Eldar are broken as all hell. Oh, great. It's edgy versus edgy. Come on, boys. Get your shoot on. It was always a bit sad that, like, for Soulstorm, and I think it was the other one, they got rid of the, like, unique combat animations that had you kill stuff in stylish, cool ways. Alright, buddy. Yeah, they kind of got rid of it, and it was super depressing. But, what are you going to do? Go collect. Collect like a good little tortured thing. And not in a kinky way. The fact the flag isn't. Yeah, Shogun 2, they kind of... You know what I got mad in Total War game? They got rid of the speeches. So in Rome Total War, whenever you did it, the guy gave a little speech, and it was adorable, because he was all kind of like, I've never lost to these beings before. And then, you know, it'll all be like some epic speech, and it'll describe what's going to happen and how many men you've lost, etc., etc., etc. In my case, it's usually telling me how much I fucked up. But that is what it is. You can do it in the new Total Wars, but also not. It's weird, because in the new Total Wars, they kind of only do it when you do a mission, and the missions are resoundingly not the best part of it all. Ah, that's gross. That is unpleasant and gooey. Let's touch it. Alex isn't here to stop me licking stuff anymore. So, I'm gonna lick stuff. But not in a weird way. One of the problems with Soulstorm as well, so if you played the prior, well, it's not really, would you call it DLC, maybe? Exactly, playing Drukhari, we should lick stuff. But yeah, so weirdly, in the old, like the DLC before this, where they first got the planet, if you built stuff on any map, it stayed there if you had further battles on it, which meant you could kind of basically build up 2 bases, and it made any fight defending it easier. They got rid of it in this. So there's no point building multiple bases in the long game, even though it is a longer game and it would make more sense. Which is kind of annoying. But, what are you going to do? But yeah, so the new codex, I'm going to say but yeah quite a lot, and you're all just going to have to cope with that. And I'm not going to apologize for it. Soulstorm's fine. It's not bad. It's just not as good as the others. I've got to upgrade you, I think. And I don't have enough power. That's a certain irony. I've got to build power. But I don't know what the power generators are in this. Thermoplasma generator. Oh, that is the thing. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, the other one was good, although everyone always forgets who the actual winners of that was. See, the Necrons, I didn't have a problem with the Necrons. For me, in the last one, it was Eldar. Eldar were dicks. I was playing it recently, and I went up against the Eldar, and they can spawn units much quicker than anyone else. The Avatar just turns up, and they're just a nightmare. But I played Imperial Guard. Well, that's because you like watching a whole bunch of things die. Would be my assumption. That's the only reason anyone ever plays those. Yes. Right. Okay, well, at least you're honest. Honesty is the best policy. So my own annoyance is I can't build these randomly. They have to be in a set space, and they have to be in groups of 2, and they have to look right. Otherwise, I have a minor conniption. It's weird you only get 6. Especially for Eldar. You think there'd be more, because Space Marines can go into 10. Honesty definitely is a policy of all times. Well, that's fair. I assume I have to collect these, and I'm not entirely sure why, because as I said, I don't really do. I play Drukhari on the table, where pain points are a thing, and I will get back to that in a minute. But yeah, so the new codex changes a whole bunch of stuff, and it looks good. It does. Like, I was worried that it wouldn't. For various reasons, because to put it bluntly, oh, he's having his own fun over there. I don't see him having a problem. Didn't I have a squad of Mandrake somewhere? Anyway. Oh, right, yeah, he's doing it. I don't know why he's doing what he's doing, but he's doing something. So, do I get a leader? Huh. Jesus. Sorcerer Boy's tough. But yeah, I've got to stop saying but. This is the problem. When you haven't done solo for a while, it's relearning a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. And I've got to sit in an awkward position to use the arrow keys, because I don't know if I'm able to not use the arrow keys. Alright, buddy. Chill out a little bit. So the new codex is good so far. I don't know how it's going to play. I saw some people saying the Hellions are going to be broken in it. I have my doubts. But it'd be nice to see, because the Hellions have sucked in-game for a while. I was trying to decide between this or Total War Warhammer 3, but the problem I have with Total War Warhammer 3, the primary problem, is nowadays when I play it, I tend to focus more on doing, like, I just auto-resolve most of the fights, because there's so many half the time. When you play it on hard, there's a lot. To the degree where it sort of just becomes, I'm gonna skim through this as fast as I can, because I don't want to watch the same small battle. And the AI has an annoying tendency just to build little armies with nothing interesting in it. Or, if they're Skaven, 1,000 Skaven slaves that never go anywhere. Just so many Skaven slaves. Apparently he thirsts. Eva, is this guy you? And without modes, the AI tend to build army. No, they're not. Like, Skaven are just Skaven slaves. Empire tend to be fine, if a little dull. I can honestly say I've not had the biggest problem with Empire. Dwarves are a nightmare. But dwarves are a nightmare in Total War because they will always inevitably end up if you don't wipe them out quickly, they consolidate within minutes, and you're just sort of, it's quite tedious, because trying to wipe them out is just not fun. But saying that, Total War 2 or Total War Warhammer 2 made orcs fun to play, whereas in 1 they were resoundingly not fun to play. Like, orcs in Total War Warhammer 1 were not fun. They were a nightmare because their animosity made it a pain in the arse. Alright, see, these are mandrakes when they first came out, where they look like edgy BDSM motherfuckers. They don't look like that anymore. Now they're like samurai ninja things. It is a very different look. Yeah, it's not a great look. Okay, they are really into this too. That is... Well, you know them from... You must have seen them in Rogue Trader, but they turn up quite a lot. Shadowy guys, big sword, long hair, weird little flesh skirts. Which is a look. It's not a bad look. It's certainly a look. Alright, we captured that. The Rogue Trader, yes, not Inquisitor. Fair enough. Easy mistake to make, except Inquisitor is Rogue Trader is something like 40 gigabytes, and Inquisitor for some reason is like 100. I don't know why it is one of the biggest games I think I've ever come across that shouldn't be, but it just is. What are these guys doing? Right, Homunculus Laboratory, always fun. Did one of my little guys die? Oh, okay. I'm getting jumped quite a lot. That's still mine, so they didn't capture it for some reason. But fair enough, not going to complain. That'll probably be fine. He's having fun, doing what he does. Well, that's what they look like now, the guys from that. Oh, they are getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, let's get a little warrior Sybarite in there. Sybarite? Oof. That did not go well. Okay, this is not going fantastically. We're going to just pull back, I think. Why? I am actually amazed they only get 6 guys in a squad. That seems... Unless you're suddenly telling me that other guys are meant to get a whole bunch more.
There is much terror to bring death only after great pain.
Oh, he had fun. Sod, not enough power. I haven't been building power plants, which is a mistake. Okay, well now I kind of want to whip him. Sorry, but am I wrong? If you're gonna yell, no, not the whip, it kind of sounds like you need a whipping. That might just be me. Alright, they're all doing fine. I'm going to assume the Chaos Base is up here. In fact, I'm 100% sure the Chaos Base is up here. But attacking it with 2 squads and a dream, it does sound a bit whip-baity. I'm not saying he's asking for it, but I think he's being a little brat. You know, maybe he's feeling it a little bit. He's just kind of like, oh no, master, don't whip me. Alright, these guys are just teasers now. Alright, that's going up. That did whatever that does. I'm not 100% sure. Archaeon increases the size of the Archaeon. Wait, can the Archaeon build a retinue? Have I been doing something silly? Yes, he can. He can have Incubus. I have been doing something silly. Or Incubi. I think they're Incubi. Who cares? They're edgy bros. Do they have the penis hat? Yes, they do. These Incubi have the penis hat. It's a weird look. Not gonna lie. They definitely look cooler now. And this game definitely feels older when you look at all the character models. But Yeah, what are you gonna do? Who doesn't love a penis hat, I guess. It's all about styling on your foals. See, okay, well, Reavers are great. I love Reavers. And Hellions are now good, so, you know, who knows. I need to shut them there. And with that, I might have enough to take the base this early. Don't know. We will have to see. Oh, you only get one! Also, that's not a Reaver jet bike. That's something else. It looks like a Viper. Why is it a Viper? Because the Reaver jet bikes are like 3 bikes with a guy sitting on it and but that's also yelling my Reaver jet bike is pure pain. That just sounds like you're not sitting on it right, I guess. Oh, sweet, witches. I'll give Alex a conniption, he can screenshot them. But jet bikes are inherently cool, so it's fine. We'll live. Right, so that's all going, that's all doing that. Everything is resoundingly purple, which is what we want. I have a sneaking suspicion these guys are actually just going to die. Okay, the Hellions are the same, at least. Granted, it does look like they kind of nicked the whole Sam Raimi Green Goblin thing. I know Sam Raimi didn't come up with it, but what are you going to do? Okay, apparently the Witch Cult Arena doesn't summon witches. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to send some of these guys because I need that. If I try and do this without that, I'm not going to get the ability, and it's just going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Which, yes, the Drukhari may enjoy, but point doesn't stand. Oh, that's where you build witches. Okay. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Scourges and a squad of witches. That'll do. I'm beginning to see why the Drukhari aren't super popular. Because the fact that the base squad gets no special weapons and relatively small numbers, they look cool. But like no specialist weapons or anything like that. It's just a bunch of dudes. Does kind of raise a question. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. I mean, I've got Reaver jet bikes who are, frankly, scorpions, and certainly not doing well in this whole endeavor. But what are you going to do? But we'll see. The other guys might be. The other guys might bring it up. Okay. That, however, is going to be a major problem. How? Well. Yeah, you feed off their pain. That's very less applicable when everyone is dying horribly. I mean, if you're into that, fine. Ah. That's interesting. What? What is the building to upgrade your numbers? Curious. Very, very curious. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go well, and it didn't. Immediately everyone died. That's a problem. Yeah, that would make more sense if you weren't walking, but just saying. But, yeah, each to their own. I suppose. Right, where? Unless I'm missing something. Mandrakes and Monkshoes contains planetary and planetary strike researchers, unlock unit and technology, controls objective, Archaeon, warrior scourges, allows planetary raids, increases the reproduction resource rate, slave chamber. Okay, so I've got to build slave chambers to up the population. Right. I mean, he'll be fine on his own, although his incubi horribly died. Well, you learn something new every day, I guess. Alright. Well, it didn't go well there, but they can't see the Mandrake, so... Ha! I guess. Oh, sweet Talos. That'll make life simpler.
None have grace, so.
Again with the 6. That's a weird choice. That is a weird choice for a number. It's not just me, right? That's odd. Well, that's probably not going to end super well. Okay. I've killed none.
None have grace, so.
Alright, you gotta shut the fuck up. Right, that's gonna do that, and then we're gonna get that. We need tanks, frankly. This is tricky. But learning experience and all that, you slowly figure stuff out. Build everything up, learn what you gotta do, and then you do it. Besides, he seems to be having a lot of fun. Oh yeah, they randomly gave these guys that, didn't they? Oh, looks like they finally saw my mandrakes. But hey, we're slowly wiping everybody out. And I got a Talos coming. And this is the weird Scorpion Talos, which is a guy just chilling there. Man, that's one thing I missed in the new one. Okay, that's not going fantastically. And he died. Oh, Warp Beast pack. Wait, did he die? Oh, I need a... I've got a soul cage, don't I? Installs a dungeon. Alright. Or did I not build a soul cage? No, that's a soul cage. Oh wait, he's still alive! I thought he died. Huh. Funny old world. That might have been an oopsie, but we'll see. Is it just that you can't target, they won't target aircraft unless you look at them directly? Feels a bit like that. But we'll see.
I yearn to shed warm sleep.
Alright, calm down. Not all of us yearn for... Oh, I can bring the Archon back to the squad. That's fun, I guess. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna lose even if they die, because my base is still fine. I just realized we don't get turrets. Okay, gonna get rid of you. Vehicle limit reached. We'll see. We will see about that, because I've got to build more slave pits. I don't like mechanics where you've got to build units like that. It's not my favorite mechanic. Not every game does it, some do. I don't like it. Because, you know, space is limited in these games at the best of times. So it can be tricky. But we've started hurting them a little bit, which makes life a little easier. Anyway, how's everyone's day going? How's your weekend been? You all had a good one? Done anything fun? Shadowfields research. Why not? No, I obviously want you to focus on doing that. I swear these guys are asking for a weapon. Alright, well, you're just a pleasure, frankly. Although weird to sound so gruff for a, like, just some random dude. Slept most of the day after getting a half an hour sleep. Eva, you gotta sleep more. Yeah, anxiety will do that. So that was fun. Yeah. You know what, saying you gotta sleep more is a bit redundant. It's not exactly the most helpful term in the phrase, is it? But I'm glad you got a good amount of sleep today, so that's at least something. Admittedly, I spent all of today doing a resounding amount of fuck all. I just realised I put that directly in front of there. That's probably not the best move. Jesus, these guys are slow. See, the Chaos guys you can whip so they work faster. This guy, not even allowed to give him a solid whipping. Wait, they don't... Oh, no, wait, I don't want disintegrators. Always treats. Well, I'm glad. We try and be a treat. Alright, boys. Fuck him up. So, initial thoughts with the Jakari in this game. A, you can't change the weapons on anything except for some stuff, which is a bit shitty. B, it takes a lot to get your Ravagers going, which is a bit cack. See, I don't know why I built that. I really don't know why I built that. That was not meant to be there. I meant to build you. But you do what you do. Or I do what I do. Which is usually what I shouldn't do. Wow. The Ravager's average damage output is somewhat lacking. This could be a problem. Still, we destroyed one base. I don't know how many other bases they have. Probably more than one. There's usually more than one. Dude, are you hitting my boat with a stick? Rude. Very rude. Honestly, you make a pimp wagon and they just come up and ruin it. They hate us because they ain't us. And by that, yes, I do mean they ain't a bunch of edgy elves with a torture fetish. And that's their problem. Although, frankly, I don't know if the Drukhari are better or worse than the Dark Elves from Warhammer Fantasy, who are also pretty bad. Hard to say. I mean, the Dark Elves at least get some character. Actually, no, they don't. Yeah, the Dark Elves get character, because the Dark Elves have... He's not called Malekith anymore. I know he is in the game, but they don't call him Malekith in the lore anymore, because he's now Malarion or something. But he's Malarion in Age of Sigmar because he, like, combined with his dragon, and also they wanted... Games Workshop likes copywriting stuff, and you can't copyright Malekith because Marvel, who also like copywriting stuff. So, yeah, that's fair. Right, so that should have you out now, so you're going to go there. And then let's start building some more guys, because I'm probably going to need them. But yeah, so the Dark Elves aren't that bad. They're a bit... They are tortury. In fact, they're very tortury. But it feels like the Dark Elves do worse things to each other than, you know, the Drukhari do. The Drukhari aren't great to each other. But the Dark Elves are definitely worse to each other. They're not very friendly. And we're not going to talk about what Malekith does to his mother. No matter how much some people might understand it. Because, let's be honest, his mother's a hot freak. Morthai, that's it. I was trying to remember her name. Could not recall. Well, if nothing else, I'll get that one. Wow, it is... They do not like killing stuff. Yeah, no, would, because she is a hot freak. Look, I'm fully aware. Like, I get it. Alright, you guys go do your thing. Well, it's not really an irony, but the funniest part is that the, like, you can ally with Morthai, or play as her, actually. Which, yeah, she's alright. She's not, like, Malekith is easily the best Dark Elf hero. Weirdly in this, because it's older, you do get Vect, like, and his Dyers of Destruction, and you don't in the current game, because Vect hasn't been around since, like, 7th edition, which is good. Because while his model was fine, well, no, his model was actually hideous. It had some of the ugliest sculpts that have been around in a while. And trust me, Games Workshop has done some ugly-ass sculpts. Okay, that gives us that, which means I can build... Or I could, if I wasn't full up on population, but we'll leave it in the background just in case. I feel like what you guys do is a little more than Mischief. Mischief is a minor... Like, Mischief is, oh dear, I've stolen your shoes. The Drukhari are, oh dear, I've stolen your shoes, taken your feet, and then put spikes in its place. Anyway, enjoy this massive section of Rogue Trader where you're stuck in Comera, and it's... Well, not fun, but an experience. I don't know if anyone's been playing Rogue Trader. The Comera bit is not the best. It's not bad. It was interesting being in Comera. And it's better than some of the other stuff that happens. Like, there is a follow-up bit in which is a bit I stopped playing on, where you have to fight the you have to fight a defiler, I think. No, it's, I can't remember what it is, but there's like bits to it, and it's a whole thing, and it is just a nightmare of a boss fight. Like, it's not fun. Admittedly, I am very excited for the new one, because the chance to be an Inquisitor just sounds quite fun. And more fun than the actual game Inquisitor, which was a game, and we're not going to speak more about it. Freaking twin-stick shooter bullshit right there. Man, I love Raiders, or Ravagers. They're just great. Well, thank you for being so honest about it. I mean, at least they said they're being shot. Fair enough.
To the victor goes the spoils.
I don't know what that means. Wait, do I still have witches? Yeah, I do. Combat drugs. Ah, sweet, you can get drugs. Whatever you do with these. Right, who's... Aw, puppies. Alright. I mean, I do kind of get why they didn't give them special weapons. I don't know if they could have special weapons in the version this game is based on. I don't know if Kabalites had the option. If they didn't, it kind of makes sense. But that would be weird, come to think of it. So maybe not. I'd have to look. I don't know what edition Dawn of War Soulstorm is actually based off of. Oh yeah, I can spend pain points on these, but I've not really been collecting them very much. I've just been leaving them. Look, skin puppies. Oh, Jesus, their hair is a bit nuts. Okay, now I've just got to find the enemy base. That's the next big stage. Which is not there, because I destroyed that one. Alright. Where do they keep the flag? Never a question you want to ask. I think, you know what, I know what the problem I have with the soul gathering thing is. You have to use the builders who are not great. Oi. Right, you guys go do what you do. Okay, where could it be? Where could it be? Where could it be? That's the only downside to this game in general. You know, you would think warp beasts would be able to tell an invisible unit. They're dogs. Okay. Cool, maybe do it. I mean, they're dogs, right? That seems like the kind of thing they'd be able to do. Alright, let's think. If I were a chaos base filled with screaming, odd bit of torture, probably better music, where would I hide? That'll do it. Well, that's novel. You guys got enough fucking turrets? I'd take it personally if it wasn't for the fact that I'm not gonna. Really? Are they not here? Ah, no, they're just weirdly in the corner. Odd choice, but fair enough. So the Jakari Codex, it looks good. I'm curious to see what it's like, frankly. I've just bought a bunch of elves, more elves. But I bought Harlequins. Because I wanted to try out the Reaper's Wager, which is another detachment they got. where you can basically have half your army be Harlequins, who are essentially murder clowns. Of which there is a, according to some of the kind of, what would you call it? Like the wikis, there is an inordinate amount of fan art of them. Apparently, murder clown elves is it's somebody's fetish, apparently. Ah, who are we kidding? It's a lot of people's fetish. Personally, I don't really get this. This is weird building, by the way, by them. Why are these here? It's an odd choice. Now well. Alright, so I'm just going to have to keep going round, and the only other place it could be is down there. But it seems like they've built several bases, which doesn't surprise me. They'll go around building them at this point. Just point out, this was level 2. Like, this is a level 2 point. It's not a heavy point. It's also weird when I think back on this game, how many units in some armies have stealth. I think but the Chaos, I don't know if they have it in this, because they have it in the Dawn of War, like Dawn of War, where you can make them invisible, the base Marines. Which seems insane when I think about it. Right, this is the likely other place for a base. What are they shooting at? Oh well, they're doing their own thing, I guess. And it's not here. That's odd. Maybe here? There it is. Alright, let's just get in there, blow it up, and then this should be over. It's taken a while, and they've been dicks about it, but what are you going to do? It's taken so long the music's given up, which is a hell of a point in its own favor, really. There. Finally fought our way through all that malarkey. I do not like how he's staring at me. This guy, primarily. That is a look. Hey, girl. How's it going? Ah, sweet. Right, what can I get? Power Claw. Yeah, why not? Agonizer. Shredder, Fires. Oh, sweet. I can have a mask that's a face. Ah, look how pretty he is now. Look at that little skin face. Ah, I bet he reads to kids at Christmas. Maybe. Don't ask me what he reads to kids at Christmas. That is atrocious. What do you mean? It's got an awesome skin face. Do you not want a skin face? Hey. There's some infamous ones where the person just has, you know, some Drukhari have the face as a bra. It's a bra face. Are you inferring that's not ideal? Right. So goofy. Little skin face. I love it. I love that. That's peak stupidity. That should not be a thing, but it is apparently just what it's gonna be. But yeah, that's also just... Warhammer has this weird thing where people are just like, what we need now, the ideal thing here is to put a face on. No, Don't just do that. No, 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 no. I'm going to carry skin and a head. And these are the same people who will sit there and tell you how they're actually good guys. Like, they'll be the people standing there going, we fight for the Emperor and we're good. Also, I carry skin. Or the logical chaos where they're sitting there and trying to tell you how good they are as a person. They're actually the right side of this whole fight. You're thinking, yeah, but you're wearing skulls, man. You're not gonna... Nobody looks like a chill bro when they've got skulls. Like, if I stood there and came out and said, yeah, by the way, I'm your hero and I'm here to save everybody, and I was wearing skulls and skin, first thing you think wouldn't be, that right there is a hero. First thing you think is, where to get the skulls? And then the second thing would probably be, you know, how does he keep his hair up like that? And the answer to both is boots. I just realized everywhere I'm going here is wet, and this map has very few bits. Dare I ask, Eva? Dare I ask? What is Booze, not booze. Boots. Wait, did they kill my little dude? Oh no, he's over there. Boots and booze. Look, if you want to wear thigh highs and drink shots, that's all on you. Things in life. I wouldn't say too much about the goodness of boots. My knowledge of boots doesn't go much beyond Doc Martens, and that's about it. I don't really wear... My shoe knowledge can best be described as it's there. I have shoes. But I used to wear Converses, and Converses fuck your feet up. If anyone ever tells you how great Converses are, we all wore them in my generation when we were like 15 to 18. And they fuck the arches of our feet up in the last 5 minutes. They are not good shoes, and anyone who tells you different is a damn liar. Meanwhile, my Doc Martens I've already put holes in. And I've only had them for a year because I put holes in shoes. It's what I do. I just noticed I don't have turrets. Don't they just? The Dark Eldar rule everywhere. It's what we do. We chill out. We put skin on us. We wear it like faces. Sing a song. Do a dance. Nobody mentions the whole Queen of the Elves being called Titania in ancient lore and why. But we all know why. It's because, you know, she had a rack. And I'm willing to admit that. As an English person, I know what we are. And it's mostly, you know. And Eva, you forgot boobs as one of the good things in life. So which is better, boots, booze, and none of that? Accusationary glare. And you missed the part of your Drakari, which is, you know, torture. Some people find fun. And if it's the right kind of torture, it can be fun. If it's the wrong kind, it can probably also be fun. I don't know, I don't judge. Well, not out loud, anyway. Internally, there's a bit of judging. But it's the same way you judge someone who gets a fillet of fish in McDonald's. They're just wrong. Ah, a guy's shooting you. Look, I'm kidding, of course. I'm sure there are reasonable people who buy a fillet of fish from McDonald's. I don't know who you are, and I don't know who hurt you, but I'm sure you're reasonable. But I do judge you a little bit on the inside. Jesus, these splinter rifles do a equivalent of bub kiss when it comes to vehicles. They're not actually hurting it. That's novel. That's the downside of not getting any special weapons. They can't really hurt anything. It's a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's now frozen, which is hilarious. It looks like it's just going to open up and a giant eyeball is going to go, "What you doing, guys?" Well, we blew that up. I don't know if that's going to mean anything or whatever, but it's still done. Oh, weird. The squad I brought with me only has a total of 3. There we go. Meanwhile, the Gods of Chaos are just watching this and wondering, why the fuck did we hire these guys? Okay, that's only that, so that's going to be a bit tricky, but we'll see. Alright, but you're Tau, buddy. You don't really crush. Tau don't crush. Tau get tricked by the Drukhari in a fun way. Get a lot of heavy breathing going on in my ear from all that. Don't know why. Okay, what does that do? The owner of territory gains access to an ancient gate. Ancient gates are used technology allowing rapid movement between planets. Yeah. Meh. Okay, that lets me go there. But I don't want to do that because that might bring one of them down here, but they're not going to, and the orcs and everything else. It's not worth it. Better to systematically and stylishly wipe out the enemy in a consistent and series of attacks. And also get these guys, who just look fabulous, but that is a widow's peak and a half. No judge. I don't judge. Out loud. Fillet of fish, guys. If you ever think I'm judging, fillet of fish. Which is a way of judging. Right. Okay. So we're just going to build a bunch of you. I'm going to go look for where these are. You're mine. Where should you strike? Good question. Why don't you go get that? This is a smaller map. The map does seem to slowly be getting smaller and smaller. It's odd. I was thinking about not this. There was a. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was called, and I should remember what it was called. But it was a. It was basically like a planet side for Warhammer, which let you. I can't remember the armies that were in it. I think there were orcs. There were orcs, space marines, possibly Eldar. I never played it, in fairness. I wanted to, but it was sort of just slightly beyond the point where I did a lot of online gaming. I don't do a lot of online gaming now, because I'm just not that invested. It's not that I'm not invested in it. It's just I play online with friends. I do have friends, some. I could call them friends. I could also call them enemies. It heavily varies. Depends how they're feeling. But yeah, I remember hearing about it. I don't remember ever actually playing the game. Produces Rufus Robert. I know you do, bud. I know you do, bud.
I thirst for
I thirst for Mountain Dew. I'm kidding, I don't. Mountain Dew's horrible. Although that might get someone mad at me. I know there are fans of Mountain Dew. I personally think it tastes like jelly beans, but that's because I'm a... That's just a personal feeling about Mountain Dew. It tastes not jelly beans, gummy bears. And I don't really like it that much because of that. I find it too sweet. Now Red Bull, love a bit of Red Bull. But what are you going to do? Not drink Red Bull, actually. Boost. That's the dangerous one. Right, anyway, so that's built, that's built. Those two are going, which gives us a little bit of that. Yes, it is. No, not you. Ah, fuck stuff. Fine, fine, fine. It's not impossible. But we are slowly working our way through the Chaos, guys, which is good. And haunting at the same time, because Chaos are likely to be in there, I think. I'm a bit concerned they're definitely in there. Nah, it's 300. So they're going to be down there then. Which might be ideal, actually, come to think of it. Oh, we're so defeated. Where? Oh. Sad face. Do I need another squad? Yes. Then you guys are going to just jump. Because it's slightly faster. I don't feel like you are ready. I feel like you're woefully unprepared for whatever's about to happen. I don't want these guys to capture this point, because if they do, it's going to be a nightmare. Although, admittedly, the relic units are really mixed in how good they are. I think Space Marines get one of the worst, because the Land Raider's fine. Eldar get the Avatar, which is one of the best. Imperial Guard get the Baneblade, which is there for sex appeal and very little else. I'm sure there's something else the Baneblade does, but I don't know what. You guys want to stop running in the wrong direction and attack the guys shooting at you. Then again, they are Alpha Legion, so they're very sneaky. Okay, we're going to capture you. You guys are going to come down here. You guys are going to also come down here. And do that. I've now got enough to actually update this, so we're going to do that. And put a Dark Foundry in here somewhere there. No. Do that. I need... and then... I don't have enough to build the homunculus laboratory. Dang. Well, when you say it like that... Although one thing I have to say, if you're trying to take yourself seriously as an army, having your turrets be a giant skull feels a bit ridiculous. I mean, that I know it's their symbol, but it's a bit, this is my 15-year-old MySpace page, look, it's a skull with spiky bits. It's a tad over the top. But then again, who am I to talk? I play them. They've gone around me.
Death is my meat. Terror. Speed, bringer of death. Skyboards, dispatch. Lift off.
Go hit them. That's mine. You know, I assume their base was down there. Their base is definitely down there. Shoot whatever his name is. Dude with the cool voice. Wait, does he have a cool voice in this one? See, the one before he has a really cool voice. He's Elias the Inheritor. That's his name. Although Chaos guys in these games tend to have cool voices, even in the first where you've got that whole Sundry. And he sounds ridiculous, but it's a good ridiculous. This might be the guy, no. Yeah, this is the guy who hates boxes. So there's a meme in Dawn of War where one of the Chaos Lords hates metal boxes, because his dialogue line is he yells out like metal boxes with such abject anger when the enemy uses rhinos. Fittingly. And how dare they use rhinos? We are going to struggle to take that thing out. Really? Again? Dude, why do you guys keep leaving? Honestly, you can't trust crackheads on hoverboards not to be crackheads on hoverboards. Also, suddenly realization that I don't have any turrets. So I think the best thing to do is build... Will it let me? Yes. Build a Dark Foundry here. Well, in theory, they should be able to handle that. That's not going to end so well. Oh, actually, we've got a Power Claw and we've got an Incubi. Should be fine, right? Right? Yeah, be fine. Well, there goes one of my Incubi. Well, you know what they say. An Incubi a day keeps the Chaos Gods at bay. Maybe. Probably not. Man, I love Splinter Rifles. They're just cool. They don't do very much here, but they're just cool. It's like, what do you want your gun to shoot? I know. Poison. Just slices of poison. The tragedy is, in 9th edition, they got a rule called poison, which is great. Because poison meant you could wound anything on a 2. And then for some reason in... And it meant you could just hurt anything, right? Unfortunately, it wasn't... They made it anti-infantry in the following game. Which made, like, in 10th edition, which made sense, don't get me wrong. Like, because it was a bit much. Your random gun could wound a Carnifex on a 2, I think it was. It didn't do an awful lot, but, you know, nothing ever does. And anti-infantry kind of had its moment. Wait, did my little... yeah, they died. That's a shame. I mean, I can bring them back, and it's not the end of the world, but you end up missing them a little bit when they die, because you do need them. Because you got to spend resources to bring them back, and it's a bit spend money to make money, and you know. I rather desperately need some Jesus, they are just getting nailed. And probably not in the way they want. Or maybe it is. No judgments. Which I know I've said before. Oh, that's doing its thing. Taloses I can build. Those I can build. I guess some Scourges would be most useful, just so I have something with anti-tank, because I have nothing. Like, I'm resoundingly anti-tank at this point. Meanwhile, my poor boys are just not designed to handle that thing. Frankly, this is an episode of the Crabs where the Drukhari probably aren't going to take the win from it. No, they did. Well, I feel foolish. I mistakenly set them to research stuff, which was foolhardy. Oh, they didn't kill my little bro! He's still here! Aww. I just realized I'm probably about to lose these guys before they even have a chance to do anything. That's depressing. That's unfortunate. Well, now we get to watch Splinter Rifle shots do very little. Splinter Rifles may be cool. And that's cool, you know. That's a cool shot. Look at them all. And then you actually look at the thing and it's kind of, oh. That's depressing. They're doing nothing. Okay, they're not doing nothing. I'm being ever so slightly glib, I agree. But still, they're doing less than we would like them to do for what's essentially a heavy gun turret. Alright, let's go. Now that's a full squad of 10, so this isn't going to go particularly well. And they're having a little pity party over here with a minor amount of panic attack. But that's fine. At least we finally cleared these guys out. They were being a pain in my keister. And not in a way Drukhari would probably want you to be a pain in their keister. Although I don't want to speak for them. In fact, I'm pretty sure Drukhari are eternally the tops, except for that one Drukharian Rogue Trader who's screams goth bottom energy, frankly. And that just is what it is.
My skill is peerless.
Someone can disagree with me, certainly, but I personally feel that that's a fact. Let's chuck you on there. Let's just capture that. And you guys capture that, so it's out of the way, and I can see from it, which would be nice. Alright, we're going to head up here, clear this out, kill everybody. Listen. Oh, go on then, Eva. Change my mind. Go on, I await with bated breath. I'm aware that technically Masterpun has a Donnie romance with... Does he? Wait, he's got one where he's No, come on.
Taste my trident.
Dude screams, punish me like my people punish everyone else. I refuse to believe that. Right, what do I need? I need a soul cage, which I can't buy yet.
To the victor goes the spoil.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna be fair. I could believe it to a degree. Maybe.
I kill.
With a heavy amount of dubiousness. But I do not believe it is any way intentional. I think they thought that's what it would be, but frankly, I locked the guy in the basement of my game. Mostly because, unfortunately for him, his whole role in the actual game sort of gets taken over a little bit by
None have grace.
the DLC character. What's her name? With the knives.
Nothing to my training.
The goth princess. I can't remember her name. But, like, she does... Kibbles, yeah. She does so much more damage than he does. Like, just base for her class to the degree where I never use him. I use her, I never use him. There are three I always use. Space Marine, Abelard, and Kibler. Now, anyway. I would have used, you know, Church Mommy with a melter gun, but frankly, the fact you can't romance her was seemingly the biggest insult. And also, not even a lore insult. This is going to sound weird to complain about, I know. But Sisters of Battle have relationships in the lore, so I don't know why they decided she couldn't be a romance option. That is just a... She comes and fucking does exercises with you in the bath. Like, if you invite her to the bath, she'll do exercises with you and everything. It's a whole thing. But then it's apparently like, no, you can't be in a relationship with her. It's like, I want to be in a relationship with the massive lady in armor who carries a heavy bolter and yells about, you know, wiping out her foes. Don't tell me I can't. Because that's a lie. Apparently my whole army decided over there would be a better idea. Don't know why. Admittedly, let's be fair, the romances in Rogue Trader are not the greatest thing in the world. Wow, build a raider and he just goes over there for some reason. And immediately gets most of his health taken off. I'm trying to think, like, the romances aren't great. Partially the romances aren't great because, like, let's be fair, the character models aren't the most detailed thing in the world. Okay, so that's what I should have been doing, which is putting them in raiders. Which I should have known, because that's, like, how the game works with the tabletop. I thought for a minute he said lube and kill, and that was going to be a whole different question.
It is not strategic to remain here.
And look, no judgments. If you want to lube and kill, fine, okay.
I must find firmer ground.
Oh god, all my incubi are dead. That's probably because of this huge horde of Space Marines. Who weirdly get more men than I do. You know what? I'm gonna say the reason that they don't get more than 7 guys is because you got to put them in a raider, and the model for the raider can only fit 6, which raises a question of why you can get 7. That is going to be my assumption. Get more men than I do like that. You know what? If my brief sojourn to TikTok was any indication, that's wrong. So, haha. Bit of a self-burn, I guess. Clearly, I'm in the wrong business. It should have just been a... maybe Alex will listen to my plan to start an OnlyFans. I think he'll enjoy it. Joke's on everyone, though. It's not going to be what they want from an OnlyFans. Millie, I don't know what people want from OnlyFans. Wait, how many is he? 6? Ah, you cheeky little sod. Well, the witches are getting fucked up. Guys, do you want to maybe go hit them? That might be a better idea than just standing there looking pretty. Now, these witch squads are struggling to stay alive for longer than 2 seconds, which is a bit tragic, really. Maybe you must find firmer bra support. I don't know. It seems like it's lacking in that. Actually, you know what? You guys do flips and everything. Fair dues. Fair dues. I don't know who does your outfits, but yeah, you manage. Girls getting it done. Why are you over there? How? Why do they keep going to random places? On the plus side, good old Vecti's here now. The Vect bro is ready. In his little dies of destruction, which, as you can see, if he stays still for more than 2 seconds, retains what the actual model had, which were 2 women in it, who were some of the ugliest sculpts you will ever see in Games Workshop. There's Big Pimp Daddy himself, Vect. There's his 2 little bodyguards, gunners, and a 3rd gunner, and 2 slave ladies just chilling out. Chilling out with Vect, bro. Because what they're thinking is, if I'm going to roll out, I mean, it's probably better for them. Like, yeah, sure, they die, but they get to sit in the pimp wagon for a little bit, just chilling out, looking pretty. He's probably going to torture them for a bit afterwards. Well, both my raiders blew up. Tragic. Oh, no, one of them blew up. Now, they might have longer, because you've lost your squad twice now. To the degree where I'm starting to wonder if it's personal. You know what, I will say, actually, for an older game, you've got to remember this is quite an old... I know this is a remaster, but that is a lot of detail. You got the pilot, Vect, Incubi, Gunners, them. I mean, they've got these guys on here. There's a reason people love Dawn of War. Admittedly, it struggled when it came to the second one. I don't mind the second Dawn of War. I don't. I find it quite fun. But I can see why people don't like it. Dawn of War 3, I haven't played, and I refuse to. I just refuse to. Everything I've seen of it just makes it unappealing, frankly. Well, that worked. I am 90% sure I just heard the Spinosaurus, which is giving me flashbacks. Anyone else realize it's weird that's popular now? Like, Jurassic Park 3 has apparently just come back in popularity. I don't get it. But it's apparently a thing. Who knows why? Oh, she's not reduced down to 1 anymore. She died. But with Vect here, we shouldn't have too much trouble cleaning all this up anyway. Weirdly, he's only... Oh no, that's a raider. How much does Vect have left? Oh, he's got full health. Yeah. Vect made it. Man, do I miss him in the actual game. Right, we might get invaded, actually. I don't know. Weirdly, the AI in this game doesn't like attacking you, he said, as he was immediately attacked. I could auto-resolve, but I have a sneaking suspicion I would automatically lose if I did. So we're going to have to fight it. Back to this crap-hole of a planet. I don't know why Chaos wants it. It's frankly disappointing and depressing. At least from my point of view. This is what I mean. You see, everything I built before now doesn't exist. It is the most annoying part of this.
When do we fight?
And because I didn't get a chance to bring anybody back, I can't capture anything for a long time. Well, they told you that. Spoiler alert, you're still going to get beaten a lot. Aww, we lied. You're not a very good builder if you can't see the bars, but... Okay, that's all going strong. Mandrakes will let me actually capture some resource points, rather than just standing here looking forlorn. God, the building takes a long time. As I said, I'm getting to see why nobody really plays these guys. I mean, these powers could probably make it good. I guess. But I feel like collecting them is more of a hassle than anything. Well, at least they've still got knives, I guess. The fact they're struggling to kill cultists is a bit disappointing. But it is what it is. And again, that cultist is not killing my little builder dude. So fair's fair. You don't know what my nightmare is, but trust me, it's not pleasant. Yeah, I'm less worried about your miss. It's funny. Sorry, I know I keep harping in on it, but it's funny because the Eldar in Dawn of War are one of the best armies. weirdly, I don't know why they're so good. I know why they're good, like, mechanically. It's because they can build stuff very quickly. They can teleport everywhere, and they've got... Their units are great. Like, for what they are, their units are really good. And I'm trying to think... I don't think their squads can take special weapons, but you can get weapon platforms for them, which make them have an equivalent. And the only thing I can see that seems to make sense here is that as the Dark Eldar, you can go in raiders and your guys can still shoot. The problem I have with that, as a base concept, it's fine. But the issue I'm having with it, like from this point of view, is that you don't get that for a long time.
When do we fight? We are ready.
Which is odd. And don't get me wrong, like, this guy is cool, he's doing his own thing, he's chill, he's having a good time. And from what I understand, he's a sassy bitch. Which, you know, he's Dark Eldar, that makes sense. I know they're not called Dark Eldar anymore, by the way, it's all Drukhari, because once... And funnily enough, I like the name Drukhari, I think it's quite a cool name. I like it more than Dark Eldar, which... You know, talk about... Outside of the universe it was in, Dark Eldar is fine, it makes sense, it explains what it is. As an in-universe name, it's kinda dumb. You know? It's sort of hard to explain. It'd be like calling yourself, we are the evil Evilstons. I don't know where that shadow was going, but okay. Brave choice. Right, that's it. Yeah, it's the same Prussian Imperial Guard. The Guardsmen are trash, but they become it. Oh yeah, no, the Guardsmen, like, the minute you give them grenade launchers, the Guardsmen are frankly broken. Like, they just nail everything. The Cultists can do something similar, but they're not quite as good. Oh, what's going on with the shadows at the minute? Like, I can make that jump up at... Dun, 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 dun. It's like they've got their own Peter Pan shadow that's having a moment and just leaving. Which is odd, because I'm not... Funnily enough, saying the definitive edition of this game is actually great. Like, it's not bad in any way. It does exactly what you need it to do for this kind of game. Like, it could have been very different. It could have been pants. It could have just been a cash grab. It could have just been a cover that they call an upgrade, which, let's be fair, we've all seen that happen more than once. They go, this is a complete redo, and then you play it, and it's not. It's just a HD filter over the top that makes it kind of look like it is. But I still don't entirely know what's going on with the shadows. They seem to be having their own little moment. Right. Now, I want to quickly and easily, I want to build you. I want to get you, because you're now leveling up, which means I should be able to get the Raider relatively soon. They're doing their thing. You guys are over here, and we're just going to move you over here so you can come help. Because I don't want to let them build up too much. They're not the worst. Other armies are bad for it. Like, Imperial Guard, funnily enough, overbuild stuff. Like, you find their little bunker things everywhere. On higher difficulties, it gets to the point where it's actually quite annoying. I mean, Imperial Guard are annoying anyway, because it's just like, ooh, look at us, we've got little flashlights and guns, and we're just, here. Meanwhile, Jakari just kind of, ooh, we're going to edgy our hedgy right here. He's doing his thing. Also, if they keep telling me there's mischief to be done, that is not a serious statement I ever wanted to hear. Like, just as a kind of, oh no, an enemy army is yelling its battle cry. What evil statement will there's mischief to be done? Really? It's less of an evil statement and more of a Dennis the Menace cartoon, but I don't know, do what you gotta do, I guess. Okay, so I could get it that early, so it's not as big a build-up as I thought. It's actually relatively quick to get the raiders. Whether or not it'll make a big difference is the real question here. The other question is, because of a trick of the way they do this, and it's one of the more annoying things they do. Yeah, that's what I thought. So there is a tendency in these games where if you build troops up and put them in anything, they won't build up anymore, which is why one of the things I hate about this game is units like Terminators and Obliterators and stuff that you deep strike. You've got to deep strike them, add units to them, then put them back into the building to deep strike them again, and it's really annoying. It's not the biggest thing in the world. There are bigger issues. I'm not going to say that there aren't. But it's just this annoying little gameplay thing that isn't... It's not the end of the world. There's also a slight annoying... I'm just complaining about stuff now, sorry. There's also a little slight annoying thing where you can't... You can... like, go through builders, you've got select next builder, that's fine. But it doesn't let you, it's not formatted to just do it based on the builders who aren't doing anything. And usually you get a lot of builders because they disappear quite a lot and they're quite easy to forget that they exist. Because at a certain point you don't need them. You know, I've now got all my builders. I don't know where most of them are. So we'll see, he's over here doing his thing. Fair enough. So, okay, he's now done. I should have enough to build that. Maybe? Probably. Yeah, they way get more into this as it goes on. Okay, now I can actually add captains, which will be ideal because it gives these guys their full upgrades. Which lets me get these guys doing what they should be doing. Well, that's definitely souped them up. I'm guessing that's the way you're meant to do it then. I mean, it's law-fitting. It's kind of what these guys are known for. And I suppose the other armies can't do it in the same way. It does mean you're relying a lot on the vehicle cap. And these guys are vehicle cap 3. So you can't have a lot of them. Interesting. Hmm. Also, I guess they can't capture anything in that. It's an odd one. Also, I think my builder died. He did. But I need my pain.
They told me I would build things and not be beaten all the time.
Dude, you gotta stop complaining at me. I can't help you. I'm using you as a building material at best. Oh, they gave them the classic helmet. Except that guy who's got the super spiky helmet. Don't ask me why Eldar have such tall helmets. It's a choice. Meanwhile, this guy's gone with a Raiden mask, I guess. But, yeah, you know what? The original game doesn't let you zoom in this much, from what I remember. So you can kind of see all the cool character models. And they are cool. Maybe not the mandrakes. They're getting into it a little too much. And I'll admit, the Chaos guys do look a bit goofy. Like, that's quite a dorky knife. Let's build that there. Oh man, they're so submissive and shootable. Somebody get my gun! For reasons. Shooty reasons. Oh well, we can finally get some Scourges going, which is always good. And I suppose I should use some of my stuff to actually start upgrading these so that they can look after themselves. It's interesting that they give me the option to put a Dark Lance on both of them otherwise, because with no turrets, it seems to be the only way to do it. What are you gonna do? Okay, he's doing his thing. Where's my little builder boy? Where are you? I will say, it's nice. I know I say I will say a lot, by the way, and that's not going to stop. And I'm not apologizing about it. But one thing I always liked in Dawn of War that they do is they don't have you... let's try this power, shall we? If it ever goes off. It's taking a sweet minute. What was I saying? Oh yeah. It's nice that it doesn't have you automatically click the worker when you do a group click. One of the problems I always had with Age of Empires is that you'll select your whole army, and then suddenly you'll notice you got 5 just dudes running around with you. Just villagers who are going, oh there. Hey, but and then immediately get slaughtered. It's not like the biggest issue, you can make more of them, but still it's annoying. Right. Although when I used to play Age of Empires, like, it was a big thing to make. Do these guys all have bat wings? Yeah, they don't have the feathered ones. Boo! What was I saying? I know I used to play Age of Empires. The funnest thing was you'd, like... For me, anyway. I don't know if anyone else would find this fun. Probably not. But what you'd do is you'd start by building, like... You'd get a big map. You get as many enemies as you were allowed. And then you'd have a bunch of, like... allies and other things, and you'd all build up your map, and it was just about building up a giant thing and then having massive battles, and it was fine for it. Age of Empires wasn't the greatest mechanics in the world, but it was fun. How is Age of Empires 2, I think, which still has the most memorable RTS opening. Even though it wasn't great, I remember it. Which is important, where you have the 2 guys and they're playing chess, and each of the chess pieces is like suddenly in an actual battle, and they're all kind of looking at each other and being kind of coy. There's a weird little air to it, where they're kind of, one of the guys takes out the other guy's knights, and he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, And, you know, maybe they, who knows, they might have had a whole thing. But I remember that. And that's kind of a great opening in a game where you remember it even though you haven't played the game in a long time. And I was trying to think of other games that had a similarly good opening, and I couldn't recall any. Trying to think, StarCraft I think had a good one, but I didn't play StarCraft till I was an adult. Same with World of Warcraft.
I long to shed blood.
Like World of Warcraft the RTS, not World of Warcraft the MMO. I never played World of Warcraft the MMO.
Is planted.
No, that's equips Dark Elder squad leaders with splinter cannons. Oh, okay, so they can get one heavy weapon, which is a splinter cannon. Interesting choice, but okay, that's not the one I would have gone with. I mean, we know they're going to be in here, so maybe I'll just go and see if I can hit them out in one. Give it a go. There are a lot of turrets, though. Look, weirdly, it's odd, because I wasn't super into RTSs, aside from Age of Empires. Like, I wasn't big into PC gaming anyway, because my PC was ancient. It was a big box. I could just about play Total War, Medieval, which I guess is an RTS. I don't know. RTS is a bit of a amalgamous term. But I had that in Age of Empires 2, and I liked Age of Empires 2. I never played the campaign because the campaign sucked in Age of Empires 2. I'm sorry, if you liked it, but it sucked. To me. But I never played any of the others. I also played Black and White. I had Black and White and Battle for Middle-earth that I borrowed from a friend of mine, which was really good. Battle for Middle-earth is really good, so is Battle for Middle-earth 2, but you cannot buy them anymore. Because I think it's just abandoned where it doesn't exist. Which is tragic. El Cid campaign. Is that the one in the desert? It shows you how much I played that with my big sister as a little kid. That's fair. As I said, if you like it, you like it. I just never really played it. I was always doing the, skirmish, make your own little army and fight each other. Spanish one. Okay. Can't say I played it. But yeah, I remember the opening. That's what I do. Same with that, I remember Black and White too. I remember the opening to that. And I remember the weird little demon who was one of your assistants along with, I think it was a god? I think it was a demon and was it an angel? I can't remember if it was a guy with a beard. I think it was a guy with a beard. But I shared a thing on the Discord, which was a game that looks very much like Little Zeus-like Angel. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. I guess we wiped them out there. Huh. Oh, did they do the same AI? Has it just recreated the same base? I think it has. There's nothing new. Hey, he wasn't a bullfrog demon. Dude had a dump truck. I remember he was shaped like a jelly bean. Then you could pick one animal to be your assistant. I always went with the wolf. And if you were good, then the wolf was like all angelic and shiny and beautiful. And if you were evil, it was kind of red. Although evil is a bit of a term, because neither of them were particularly great. You still invaded your neighbors and wiped them out and everything. So you're hardly being a bloody angel yourself. Relative angelness aside. Right, so that's not doing that. So I want to build a soul cage. Now he's into it. Aw,
I
she's remembering her glory days. But then, no. So, like, Xbox Game Pass recently did the World of Warcraft, like, thing, where you can play it now. I played the original StarCraft, and I have to admit I didn't like it. I didn't dislike it. It was fine. But it was I didn't get through all of it. It has an annoying tendency of not really explaining very much. Or over-explains some stuff, under-explains other stuff. Don't know why. Just is what it is. You do what you do, really. I'm slowly trying to figure out where the base is, and I don't know. But it's not down there. Alright, listen.
declare our greatness.
No, you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to get through there, bud. Oi! You bastard! How dare you blow up my baby boy? Coming for your ass! That's one thing I do wonder if I should play. Hope he's back to watching Love, Death and Robots, which I wanted to watch more of, but the Netflix has a bug. And it's a really weird bug. Well, it's not a bug. It's the same reason I can't watch Black Mirror. It doesn't swap episodes properly. Every time I try and watch it, it suddenly just goes back. And it's kind of annoying. Really, I realize I say that about everything, so it's a bit of a redundant statement, but still. But it's like you watch it, and you watch the episode. I think I've watched one episode of Black Mirror, and I thought, oh, this is interesting, but it seems a bit weird. And it turned out I'd watched the first episode of the last season. It hadn't reverted back to like what it should have done.
They lack skill. They are unworthy.
So that's kind of put me off watching the rest of it because I just couldn't be arsed. And Love, Death and Robots does the same thing. Except the problem I have with Love, Death and Robots, like on the stream, is it won't follow up episodes. It just ends. Right. This should be the only other place they'd put a base, but the AI can be a bit meh. I'm going to put a base wherever the hell I feel like. And I was right, they haven't put a base here, so I don't know where they put their last base.
I must find firmer ground.
Which means you now got to do the worst part of any of these games, which is hunting down the map to find them.
My skill is
Which isn't a big problem in this map,
again.
but in some of the others, it can be a real pain in my ass.
They are more than I can fight.
Oh, look! I found them. Oh, they're having fun.
I yearn to shed warm, sweet tears.
And they yearn for the mines. That is the deepest voiced Eldar I think I've ever heard. Jesus, their weapons do not do a lot of damage though. I'm just noticing it. Even for normal, this is a limited amount of damage for a relic unit shooting a building. Where's he going? Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Hey, I got another piece of war gear. Do I get another stupid face? No, I get what could either be a crotch guard or a shoulder guard. It really could be either. Hmm. I want to do the, like, that bit before I end. But it's gonna be tricky to get there. I mean, that's strength 3, and that gives me that. But he's there, and I don't want to have to fight him. Well, I wanted to do that, but we might not be able to. Well, it's only 2. It's only 9:30, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Jesus, I do not have a lot right now of requisition. Early game. Always tricky. Oh, there's German's Pass. What a lovely place. Sure, it's not chaotic and smelly and everything else.
There is mischief to be done.
And once again, terrible battle cry. Let's get one of you, and let's get a couple more of you, and let's have a look-see at what this is. Okay. That's not too bad, actually. There's only one place they can be. There's 2 places they can be.
It is ours.
But that's fine. I mean, I will say this, at least there's a fair amount of variety in the maps. Something the one before this didn't have hugely. It had some. At least I think so. I might be being unfair in fairness. Unfair in fairness. Right. Yes, it is. Alright. Let's just get one more squad, and then that's all going well. I can build up stuff now, and then I can go capture the center, which will make them come after me, and I can vaguely tell where they're going to come from. Your quarry is somewhere, and I don't know where. Oh, look. Marines. I should be able to clear that out relatively easily. Okay, that's building that up. And then let's go doodaloo, and then let's go... Not with that, but with you, toodaloo.
When do we fight?
When do we fight? Good question. You guys need to go back to doing that. Well, I'm going to assume, judging by the fact they ran that way, that they're up there, which should make quelling this relatively quick in concept. We'll see. Nothing ever works perfectly, after all. I know I should use these more, but I just have no... Collecting it's just kind of an added pain in the arse.
Our flag is raised high. Where shall we strike? Where is our Where shall we strike?
Like, it's not the biggest pain in the arse, but it is a pain in the arse. Right, you've done what you need to do, so let's get the... Ugh, not enough sodding resources. Although that should change relatively quickly.
I thirst for
Once we get that and that, that's quite... It's not a huge amount, but it's enough. Where are the mandrakes? You're over there. Okay. I mean, well, whatever you want to call yourself, bud, no judgment, but... Shadows are very relative. Now, if you were of, say... I don't know, the darkest night, that sounds slightly better. I'm not saying it's the best thing, but it's certainly up there. How did I miss that? And that, Jesus, I'm losing my marbles. Well, at least he's honest. Also, that might be the best line I've heard from one of these guys. I like it when I'm shooting and they're dying. Amazing. Okay. Oi! You little shit. Stealing my doodad. Rude. I will say, I like the Jakari voices. They are suitably kind of pompous in the way they should be. And they should be. The Jakari should be slightly pompous, because they are incredibly pompous. You know, they're a bunch of jack-offs who kind of enjoy torturing people because that's just what they do. Yeah, you guys are over here, so you're going to come over here. Right. So I've got to build more of these because I've currently not got enough. Why do I hear someone stabbing something that they shouldn't be stabbing? Who's stabbing? Okay, that's doing 128, so that should be enough to keep us relatively healthy for a while. And then we got a whole bunch of squaddies here. And then I need to start... Who's free? You're free. As I said, though, the problem is, none of this stays the minute I leave the map, which is the annoying part. Like, if it stayed, that'd be great. But it doesn't. And I find that quite infuriating. And I think that's kind of the biggest issue with this game. Also, for some reason, the music randomly stopped, which is a bit odd. Wait, did I already build this? No. What it means is, it's easier for the invader, because it means they don't instantly get, like, a thing that gives them an in, like a win. But it's also quite... It's more annoying from the defender, because it means you're constantly... If you're constantly getting invaded, you're constantly building the same thing over and over again. I can't build that there. But it does... I do get it in other ways, because, like, as I pointed out, fighting the Eldar in the other game, if they've built a place up, it is next to impossible to, like, take it. A level 10 Eldar area is just not going to happen. Just don't bother. Go round. Right, all of that is doing what it needs to do. Let's go give them a little punch. A fun little punch. A friendly greeting that's a punch. Well, less of a punch, more of a horde of poisonous bullets. And I suppose get this guy. Oh, there are a lot of these guys. Well, didn't actually lose that many men in that little altercation. Go collect all the bodies. Wait, can he have a little horde of... He can have a little horde of cultists. Aww. That's adorable. And such a waste of time on his part. Wet tissue paper would be more useful than a horde of cultists. Ah. I see the flaw in my plan. I've not built enough of these. I've seen the other flaw in my plan. I've made a flawed plan. My plan is flawed and it's bad. They're stealing all my shit. What bastards. Admittedly, it's my own fault, but still. Bastards. Well, we can't be having that. It's rude. Right, where's this little munchkin gone? Let's actually beef these up. Now that I've actually got enough stuff to do it. One, two. See, I just do not have enough power. That's gonna be a problem for a bit, at least until I build more of these. On the plus side, it is relatively easy to build more of these. One thing I will never get bored of is the music in this game. Like, it's just good music. Drunk Ari time? Sounds fishy to me. Well, funnily enough, Boot, not drunk, I think. Well, aside from the constant drunk feeling one gets when streaming alone. Which is where, like any drunk person, you talk a lot to yourself and make random, vague estimations. Maybe you're not. Well, if you want to be drunk, Boot, that's all your thing. That's your doodad, what you call it, word. I talk to myself all the time. Well, yeah, so do I. But the difference is now I'm talking to myself while other people look at me talking to myself. It's a choice. A brave choice, I feel. I'm a hero. Or at least whatever the equivalent of a hero in this circumstance is. Swiss. Are the Swiss heroes? They have good knives. Also good chocolate. I haven't used just. I mean, how different are we talking? Be honest, how different are we talking? Anyway, I walked over a small mountain. That's a lie. There's no such thing as a small mountain. No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. There's no such thing as a small mountain. It's a mountain. It's in the name. I'm doubting your story. I'm doubting the validity of it. It's barely 2 times the height of Denmark's highest mountain. Denmark doesn't have any mountains. It's all rivers and forests. And short people. That's not actually true. Denmark's surprisingly tall. It's just Eva who's short. In a good way, I'm sure. Just a hill being dramatic. Isn't that all mountains? How the fuck do they have obliterators already? Hold on, how do they have obliterators already? That is an endgame chaos unit. And possessed. Huh. Okay, that's some dramatic but hilarious noises coming out from over there. No, but how do they... 208 meters or something. It sounds like a hit. Look, I live in a country that barely has a mountain, so God knows what we know, eh? Wait, he's building something there. I don't want him building something there. Jesus, possessed as well. And more obliterators. And we doing barely 3.5k kilometer walk over mostly this. I don't know why you would. Are you insane? I mean, that's a big ass hill, man. Well, that'll do it. Okay, we've killed the why am I calling them bliterators like they're bleeny? We killed the bliterators, but now they're coming with their other people in the rockets and the shooty hooty booty in my tutti fruity. Alright, I need to start limiting how much of this is just getting jumped by sodding these guys. I thought that's how you talked, Boot. A Nordic version of that. Well, it looks like we got you coming up the fjord right there. Hey, boy. It can be. Well, with the whole, you know, Winchester hat thing, it was an assumption. And I'm glad to see it was a correct assumption. Okay, is that a... Jesus, these possessed do not want to die. I realize I said that as they died, but still. Right. Let's start by... Boop, boop. Boop. What happened? I'm sure... There they are. That is still not dead. Fun thing about the northern Hick dialects, it's very well suited for speaking English compared to the southern Norway plain speak. Really? Huh. You learn something new every day. I mean, Hick is all relative anyway. Hick dialogue from you guys could sound like sweet music to me. I don't know. Did I build a homunculus lab? No, I didn't. The children of the night, what sweet Hick dialogue they speak. Oh, all of the scourges are dead. I've been told by tourists that our excessive cursing sounds song-like. Ah, like an Irish brogue. Okay, this is just turning into a cluster. I don't have the men to take this just yet. At least until I can build stuff that can actually fight back. Which will happen. I've just got to... Oh, fucking demons as well. Honestly, they're really not giving me an inch, are they? Or they're giving me an inch and a mile, I don't know. Guys, stop running up there. Please. I'm begging you. Man, defilers are a pain in the ass when you don't have a Dreadnought and analog. Ah, turns out I did build one of those. It was the Witch Cull Arena I didn't build. Lords of what? Where's that thing I just built? You know, a big one. There's a whole thing. Did it explode? Son of a bean counter. Yeah, the Raider. I think it exploded. God damn it. God damn it. Well, I've now got these guys, which means I have some anti-tank. I guess. Well, that sorcerer just fucked them up. And not in a fun way. Well, in a bit of a fun way. Just watch out for the big-titted snake ladies. There are none in this, but in Age of Sigmar they do exist for the Dark Elves. They're called the Lamia, and also Morothai turns into one. You know, Morothai, the hot goth elf mummy from the original game. It's a shame my Scourges can't go in those. Boot. No. You know what you did there. They're not called Dark Elf constantly anymore. They have a different name, I just can't remember what it is. I wish I could, though. But I actually honestly can't remember what they're now called. They have their own name, too, and I don't remember what it is. Joke's on him. These bird boys can fly. And immediately get blown up by a rocket, so probably not the smartest idea on my part, but what are you going to do? Oh, well. That's a problem. Huh. Huh. That could be an issue. Wait, I thought he only did that... Unless I'm mistaken, I thought he only did that if he... What do you call it? If he did all the upgrades. Oh, time to leave. I didn't know it was a unit upgrade thing. That's weird. I'm sure the AI couldn't possibly be cheating. I mean, there's cheating and then there's cheating. But instantly summoning that thing is a level of cheating. It's also cheating because I'm 90% sure I've got the only relic. So even if that is a thing... There's secretly another relic here that I don't know about. Which feels... don't know about that. Yeah, I might be getting on in years, but I'm hardly a relic. Oh, nah, Boot, you're as young as you feel. In your case, 40. 45. 106. An old 12. I don't know, I'm guessing at this point. There is definitely mischief to be done. In this case, the mischief is not dying horribly to that thing. Got it on the first try. Ooh, no. Wait, did we kill the demon? Is he dead? Oh, thank God the demon's dead. Right. Okay. That's slightly less stressful. Oh, good, them. Hey, little tortured slave buddy, if you could build that just a little bit faster. A little bit. But we are slowly getting through. Slowly. Well, we are getting through because we won. And then there's another fucking defilers. Jesus. You know, at a certain point, I'm going to start taking it personally. What are you guys doing? What are you hire for if you just stand there cringing? Honestly, like me on a Tinder date. But I don't have Tinder. Turn to generalize Justin McCullough, take care of myself. Start out really bad and slowly get my shit more together as I age so that the decay won't feel as sudden. But yeah, start as you mean to go on, I guess. I go by the method of noises quietly in the background. And to, you know, going, oh, whenever I stand up and sit down, that's my current care package. And yes, as you might imagine, I do feel constantly tired. Although that's mostly because I don't get much sleep. I've been playing Dying Like the Beast too much to get much sleep. And it's so much fun!
Show me a worthy foe.
Yes, Miss Elf Mama.
Partners never
Just check this out. Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, well. Hi. Hear me out.
Who shall taste my triumph?
Get yourself a girl who wants to fight. Are they just slowly getting blown up? Get yourself a girl who wants to fight you in a gladiatorial arena and possibly skin you as an end result. I thought that had a little mohawk, not a flag, and I was all for it, and I'm a bit sad now that it doesn't have a little mohawk. I kind of want my skull thing to have a little mohawk. Alright, dude, you gotta stop talking about how the wind's moaning, alright? It's not choice.
My chariot. There is much terror. Free. Thirst for battle.
I mean, if she skins you and swear you, it means she... Exactly! And it's basically second base. Or third base.
I have faced
A friend of mine has a most stable relationship with Noah's. One of his demands pickup lines was, I kid you not, do you actually like dick? Because you need to actually be into dick for this to work, because I like... Jesus. I'm curious. Now, what's that in your language? Type it out. I want to see what it looks like. Considering how poetic it surely is, I'm assuming something poetic. This will be in dialect. Dialect's fine. I can't read dialect anyway. What, you think I'm going to understand the difference? I can barely read English. Really?
they're unworthy.
Like a decuck for a...
Hear me.
Oh, they're having fun over here. Lika de kook for a lika apul sa du nesten not at ik kook for at de herskaverk. I do not speak that language, so I have no idea if that was correct, but it sounded right, I guess. He's also a really successful Norwegian stand-up comedian. And I'm going to be honest, if you told me a really successful Norwegian stand-up comedian, and I mean this with the greatest amount of respect, I'd have no idea who that is. An acceptable attempt. There you go, I'll be speaking Norwegian in no time. You'll have to stop me coming down to your country. I was going to say stealing your women, but let's be real here. That's not going to happen. Coming down to your country, avoiding your women in terror. Hiding in a corner. Or doing what all British people would do when we go on holiday to somewhere. Try and find the nearest place that sells fish and chips and go vaguely red.
They don't have love. They don't have love.
You'll be moving to Bebe. He only does Norwegian. The only one I know who did English comedy is another friend of mine called Doug Stanthorpe. Rings a bell. You'll be moving to Lillehammer in no time. It has hammer in the name. So I'm going to assume there's Warhammer.
We claim it as ours.
And I ask you to defy me in that regard that it doesn't.
We will.
That's weird. I thought a bit about where I'd move. And the Nordic countries, if I was going to move to another country, like that whole area tends to have a better quality of life, so I could see the advantage of it. But I also feel like the language would be really hard, and I don't like the concept of moving to another country and not learning the language.
I yearn to shed
It just seems a bit of a dick move to learn to another country and not learn the language, right? There you are, you little fuck nugget. You're the bastard who keeps making the goddamn obliterators. Kill it. That was a reference, yes. That is a reference I'm not going to get. Oh, good. More obliterators. Look, I know all about Norwegian comedy. It's very deadpan and only funny if you're from there and spend 6 months out of the year living in the dark. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's coming back. I mean, I've got 3 endgame units, and that's still taking a while. Are they just leaving?
These foes are clumsy. They lack skill. They are unworthy.
True Norwegian comedy is truly universal cringe humor. That's fair. I mean, true Danish comedy seems to be mocking the one place Eva's from what I understood from all the Danish people. And British comedy is mocking everyone, including ourselves. Alright, now we just gotta hope he doesn't invade here. Lots of those. Well, you gotta have a good genitalia joke. Sweet! We will get the chaos ending. You go make... I mean, it's not dinner either. At 11 o'clock, it's a midnight snack. But you are gonna miss us invading the chaos as an ending. So stay for the dialogue.
Little was ever uncovered.
Jesus.
And little will ever be known of how the warp storm was unleashed on the car of a
Remember, if you have a hamburger, you can't have it with no top and cheese. And no cheese. Alright, just have a proper hamburger. Cheeseburger. Bacon cheeseburger.
Took them unawares is an open question. What is without doubt is that at the storm's eye
This
lay
guy
the
obviously was
lair
paid a lot
of
because he is
chaos space marines.
really into
And
it.
at the heart of this lair, a network of unholy and blood-stained shrines linked.
Alright. It's a peninsula of insult. Who made that?
They come! They come!
Yes, we feel them. They approach. Their blood shall flow at our feet. Blood for the blood god.
I don't know what it is when you apparently join chaos, your testicles revert directly into you.
For chaos, for pain. Yes.
They draw near. Let them come. The very ground will poison you. Demons will appear from the warp when your back is turned. We shall lash out from every direction, and yours shall be the cries of death and horror.
And how's that scenery taste? Good?
The sound of your doom will ring in your skull, in your soul. You shall tremble, and your blood shall be a gift to the blood god.
It's weird how they avoid every other Chaos God.
Let them come. We are ready.
Like, they just don't mention it. But I feel like they should mention it. It's a bit weird that they don't. Right, they're doing that. Destroy the Alpha Legions' desecrated fortress. Someone with Brian Johnson guy tries best not to age, and Hunter Biden. Oh, God. I've seen that. I know that guy. Well, I don't know him. It's not like we hang out on the regular basis. You know, we go out for coffee and talk about how he's doing, and I'm kind of... Brian, mate. You gotta stop. You're looking ridiculous.
Preparing to march to their doom.
But I know who he is, and I do not understand him as a concept. Play war games, get war gods. Yeah, but there's so many other good god. There's so many good gods. Like Slaanesh. And the other two. Who aren't Slaanesh. Maybe I'm just playing favorites. Anyway, Eva, go eat. Guy times and he. Firstly, what is he weighing? Is he weighing himself or is he weighing the output? I mean, either way, it's a concerning choice. Hey, Slaanesh cares not from where the nut comes, just so long as it flows. I guess. Right, that's doing that. That's summoning those.
Warrior squad, ready to kill 'em. We feed off their fear. We feed off their fear.
Like 99% of his free time goes into trying not to age. I don't fully get it. Like, I get being scared of aging, but the reality is you're gonna age regardless. Like, that's just a fact of life. You're gonna age. Deal with it. Enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, look, if they want to be a Servitor Skull, if they enjoy it, then it's all fine and dandy and, you know, happy days. There are worse things in the world than getting older. For instance, getting your, you know what, trapped in your zipper. That's bad. And then you start wearing button flies for a while to stop that happening, and then you remember that you hate button flies, because nobody likes button flies. And if you say you like button flies, you're a liar.
There is mischief to be done.
Alright, let's see. Besides, being a Servitor Skull could be quite fun. You can fly. And you made that little... Plunk, plunk. The various dispenser commentary. All the commentary in Dark-Tided is horrible because the Warhammer 40k universe is utter hell.
We feed off their pain. Lead us to
I mean, that's just a fact. You wouldn't want to live in the 40k universe, and anyone who tells you they would is an idiot or probably a racist. Because I'm going to be honest, the 40k community is a bit weird. And when I say a bit weird, I mean they're incredibly weird.
We stand ready. They die this day. We feed off their pain.
But, in the interest of fairness, I don't think there's that many people who actually say they want to live in the 40k universe. There are probably some. And they're probably the same people who got upset that there was a female Custodes. To which, you know, is one of those things where you look at it and go, well, that's a really stupid thing to be upset about, frankly. There's so many other things that I barely want to live in this universe. Exactly! Although this universe has mozzarella sticks. So, you know. That's kind of a win. Can't I just be placed in a stabilized Star Trek universe? No, because the problem with the Star Trek universe is... the Federation's kind of dicks.
This was once a human city. Would that I had burnt and pillaged here.
Oh, that is the first time I'm hearing him talk, and that is sexy voice. All right, Big Daddy Stabby. Anyway, he's currently getting blown up. Oh no, I lost a guy.
See what we are made of, fools!
What are we made of? Space magic? Jesus, these guys are just such little whip sluts. You just want to whip them a little bit. You know they're into it. They can pretend like they're not all they want, but we know. Did you just hiss at me? We have World War III and then centuries of Mad Max World left to go. Yeah, but if it is Mad Max World, is it going to be like Mad Max World where I get to drive around in a cool car and do like cool stuff, or is it going to be like Mad Max World where there's no water or everything and smells funny, and you're well aware of the fact no one's had a bath in the last 10,000 centuries? Because I can manage either, if I'm honest. So you want a cat girlfriend, do you? Where you're gonna have to. What are you gonna do when she starts hissing at you? Catnip. Just catnip. It's the easiest answer in the world. I don't know why you'd need to question. Yeah, but the problem is you live in the wrong place for a Mad Max style raider kind of thing. Because the problem is you need big, like, flat open areas, and you guys are all hills and mountains, which would make cars with guns kind of pointless. So it's not ideal. Oh yeah, well that's a pit right there. And they're in their underwear. They're also 2D, which is an interesting choice. That's just unpleasant. I need 300 there. I got 300. Right. So, the big downside I have is because I have to play this slightly smaller to, you know, see on the actual stream, it means that it's a bit hard to make out some stuff from my point of view. So the minimap is tiny from what I'm looking at. It would be cool making a Mad Max setting up here with like a hijacked oil rig as a source for gasoline and location for the climactic battle. You just want to do it so you can get someone to come down and wear a chainmail bikini. I know you, Boot. I know your game. But I don't mean chainmail. I mean a hubcap bikini. Maybe a stop sign one. And look, I get it. I get it. I mean, I guess don't call me out. Hey, look, I'm just going with the basics here. I'm going with what I've learned. What does that remind you? Are you going to show off your new hubcap bikini look? Because I guess I can look at it. It's fine. If you're wearing it too, then maybe it'll be cool. Send it. Send it. So the guy that plays in Road Warrior is also the villain in Commando. Not really. I mean, he was pretty camp in Commando too. That chainmail shirt was certainly a look. Although, to be fair, every Arnold movie is quite camp. In a fun way. But Commando is not my favourite. I'll be honest with you, the last time I saw Commando, I didn't actually see Commando. The last time I saw Commando, I saw the Commando the musical. Which is amazing. John, it's your old pal Bennett. Right. My much younger little brother was impressed. What is with everyone in Nordic countries having vastly different age groups between your families? It's a curious one. Interesting, not bad thing, but curious. Everything where I pick old... Commando's not that old. Predator's not that old. Hold on. Let's not be crazy here. It's relatively... That's like... I think I saw someone mention that Lord of the Rings was an old classic, and I may have had to be stopped from throwing something at them. He's 22 years old. That's no excuse. He thought The Matrix was old. No, The Matrix is just bad. It's not old. Oh, that's going to trigger somebody. But I mean, Predator's good. The Matrix is mid. Damn it, I need 200 for that. But that's what I got to build next, because it's going to be a bit tricky otherwise. Cool, so we build that, and then the Witch Cult Arena is 150. Thankfully, the Chaos guys have seemingly not bothered attacking me, which makes life easy. Well, but I walked into that. Like the films. Yeah, I know, like, the films, not the TV. Predator 2 was good. Predator 1 was good. Predator 2 was good. Predator... Oh, Predators, I think it was called, was fine. Predator... Look at me, I'm going to put on this stupid military base bullshit, was terrible. Prey was good. I like Prey. I haven't watched the animated series that's just come out, but I've heard it's kind of what people wanted. In a weird way. No, I thought Prey was great. Which is saying a lot, because, like, all of these movies struggled in recent times. For instance, I hated the Alien Covenant series. Like, I hated them. Well, it was always going to be a Predator movie, though. You couldn't... I get the idea of the whole kind of... It'd be a cool concept. But wouldn't the indigenous... Wouldn't the indigenous American kidnapped by aliens basically be the original Prey? I know what you're saying, but... Alien Covenant was just bad. It just wasn't a fun film. Okay, he can collect pain. Right, I now see a reason for him. Okay, I've just been doing it as this guy. Good to know. Good to know. That's useful. See, you learn something new every day. And most of what I learn is stuff that could have been told to me. I'm not blaming anyone for not telling me. Out loud. Okay. Cabin in the Woods was fine. Like, in no way was Cabin in the Woods bad. I will say that. That seems like the fairest thing I could say in any statement. Alright, that should give me enough. To at least take that base. It's not ideal. How much are raiders? 100. I could get 2 raiders. Do I actually have three squads though? Is a good question. 1, 2. Okay, I want to keep them there. 150. That gives me 6, 6. Yeah, so I need 1 more squad. And then that should... Oh, god damn it. Do none of them have captains? There we go. Well, at least they're getting splinter cannons. Also, the reason there was such baggy clothes is that the actor was even more ripped than thought. Oh, what? The stoner guy? Yeah, I've heard that. I wonder if that gave old Chris a bit of a conundrum. Right, just gotta wait for that 1 more raider, and then we're good to make a move on the initial attack, I think. How is the... Jesus, population full, huh? Although ripped is relative in this term. I don't know how ripped he actually was. Although doesn't that kind of work for like the lore, because the whole point is that he's some weird stoner because he has to be. But in actuality it makes no sense. Alright, I'm gonna leave these guys here just to guard. Why did it say there's 3 of them when there's only 2 of them? Well, looky, looky. Now we've got enough to cause problems. Now we just gather some little painy points.
When do we fight?
Could be faster. Bit pointless. Not going to bother. I wanted to see what it does. Takes too long. I mean, I don't really have any melee to speak of. Because so far our melee has been woefully inefficient. And it seems like just Dark Lancing them consistently seems to work fine. It's not great. The Dark Lance is frankly relatively pretty weak. Which is a shame, because I love the Dark Lance. It's great. Huh. A bunch of super evil looking stuff going on over here. I guess one of my raiders blew up. Great. Invisibles. Destroy the Defiler factories. Yeah, happily. I will happily destroy the Defiler factories. I'll happily destroy anything that keeps creating big annoying things.
Who would dare attack us?
See, that is one of their shrines. Their horror squads will enter through it.
Yeah, let's blow it up. Shoot it. Shoot it a lot. Shoot it repeatedly.
Sap my strength. Call to battle. I am strong, for here the warp is strong. It's our power and your weakness. And
You have to destroy the United States. Who isn't going to destroy the... Well, I think the United States might end up destroying the United States. I just noticed I'm in a punch up. Oh god, not bulletproof monk. I just realized about half my army is dead. Oh, it's all the way over there. Is that better news? Don't get me wrong, I like the Mummy films. At least one of them. But let's be fair, the Mummy films were never great. No, that's not a lie. Mummy 1 is great. Mummy 2 is okay. But let's be honest, the Mummy films are... Mummy 1 is good. Mummy 2 is alright. I'm repeatedly disappointed in modern cinema. That's actually... That's fair. Modern cinema is not great.
I thirst for violence.
Right, these guys should be viewable the minute my lord gets near them, but apparently not. That's odd. That's very odd. Hmm. Oh god, my entire squad is nearly dead. Oh god, that's bad. That is a bit of a problem. We might need to run back. Yeah, but by that logic, Mel Gibson made good movies.
I long to shed blood.
And unfortunately, Mel Gibson didn't often make good movies. And I say that as nicely as I can. But Mel Gibson made a lot of crap. How am I already out of requisition?
There is much terror to bring.
And I'm not just saying that due to Mel Gibson's, you know, issues. Of which Mel Gibson, he was in some, yeah. His own movies sucked, to be fair. Like, The Passion of a Christ can best be described as a movie, and that's about it. I think you'd be woefully over-describing it if you called it anything else.
When do we fight?
Alright.
Let us strike.
Yeah, that is... I'm still weirded out by the voice acting for that. Sent to kill Santa Claus by a kid who got a coal for his Christmases. No, it's a funny premise. He made... Mel Gibson's really odd. And I don't just mean that as a person, although admittedly he is also really odd as a person. But he's just one of those people who's really hard to gauge. And it's sort of, it's sad. Because there's a lot to like about him. As a creator. I'm going to specify that. There's a lot to like about him as a creator. It'd be too easy to go down a rabbit hole of saying the other thing and then talking about his many, many issues. Which we don't want to talk about because it's depressing. It's just in boss level. No, really, anything. Could have been any actor. Was he? Also, they're stealing my fucking objective point. I need that. I've not got enough objective points to live on anyway. Okay, seriously, I'm really annoyed by the fact I can't see these guys at all, and I don't know which unit does it. Maybe I can find out while I'm waiting. Effective against infantry, jump troops, crippling attacks, effective against infantry. Okay. Effective against infantry, effective against all unit types. Effective against infantry, uncapture, raider, raven. Yeah, it doesn't specify. That's odd. Now, I'm going to go build these and send them to go blow something up. Apparently we just don't have a unit that can do it. I mean, it should be the hero unit, but he apparently can't. Which is really odd. Oh, he died. But I'm going to build planes and go send them to shoot stuff. As is sensible and right. And save up enough to build a second base up here. Well, that was just stupid part of my own making. Although actually it should still be able to kill them without too much difficulty. Wow, they are not great. Although them being not great could be a sum up for a lot of units. Fucking weak ass. Also, this was you guys' job. I left you here for that express purpose. Why are you running forward? Just what are you doing? Good to see pathfinding is still best described as there. It is a struggle to make anything in this, frankly. Sub 100k. I mean, what is 2 hours to you guys' normal driving period? Fuck me, that's a lot. I do have a capture unit. I thought I did. And they're going gold. Concerning. Show my units slowly being wiped out in the process. Mostly because the Ravagers kind of struggle to take out a single unit. It's not entirely unexpected. Like, it's partially because they only have Dark Lances. And I don't fully get... I don't want to get rid of the Dark Lances because I kind of need them. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Drukhari are not fantastic. The Russian way of combat. The Russian way of combat is I'm not even giving people guns. I'm giving them good vibes at best. Anyway, you guys go look at that. I want to see what's over there. It's weird because I don't use Prime very much anymore. And the main reason is Prime Video has a tendency to be... What's the polite way of putting it? These guys are apparently effective against every unit. Apparently not great against missiles. Well. They tried.
Follow me. You will know pain.
And there's that. If you can live with subtitles, flickering light. I've seen flickering lights. I enjoyed it. The issue I have with Prime movies is nothing to do with subtitles or lack of subtitles. The issue I have with Prime movies is I cannot stand the ads. Wait, did they work? And my specialist unit is dead. And the other unit is dead. And that is a horde of obliterators. So I think we're probably going to call that. Because I'm not sitting through watching my entire base get blown up by 9 obliterators I can't kill at this point. Yeah, Drukhari suffer. They're not great. So, yeah. Much love to you all. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. We should hopefully be back to relative normality with Alex on Monday, but we'll see. Then we're away because I've got to go to a bachelor party in... well, I'm not going to say where. But as anyone who's watching, we don't want to try and watch me struggle to deal with that whole hot mess. So, yeah. But yeah. And I've only said but yeah about 50 times in an hour. So it should be... It might just be Monday and possibly Tuesday. I'm not sure yet, because I think I've got to go to a birthday thing on Wednesday. I think. I can't remember. I mean, butts are great. I love butts. They are great. So, I will see you all on the flip side. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. And for anyone in the Discord, I will see you in the Discord. And for anyone who watches later, you can always catch us usually on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But it's been a little up and down lately, and it's a little up and down, a little up and down. But it'll go back to normal. So yeah. Ciao. Hold on, I gotta actually leave this. Always awkward when I say bye and I've not set it up. It's a good old time. Ciao, ciao.